Thank you.
But first of all, on behalf of the British public, thanks for coming, because we heard all these rumours that you might not make it because of all the sort of terror alerts. Was it important for you to still be seen to be out there and sort of,
I feel like this is like a second home. I've been coming here with Destiny's Child since I was 16 or 15 years old, and it's almost been 10 years. So of course I had to come. I wanted everyone to see that, this is important for me, and it was actually never an issue. That was some crazy rumors. Who knows who started? I was always going to come, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy for people to see that it's important.
Absolutely. Now, Little Bird tells me that you kind of snuck into the studio and got cracking on this album when you were supposed to be on vacation. What's wrong with you, girlfriend?
Something is definitely wrong. You know what? The problem is I really love what I do, and I love music, and I couldn't be away from it. I was doing a film, Dreamgirls, for 6 months, and I did not allow myself studio time. And I said, I'm not going to be Beyonce the celebrity for this time, because I don't want to get confused with this character, because she's a singer and she's very, very different from me. But I wanted to make sure I stay focused, with this movie, and I gave it fair opportunity to learn the craft of acting. And I had so many songs and so many concepts bottled up inside, being away from performing and singing for 6 months, that while I was on my vacation, I told everyone, please let me be. Don't ask me to do anything. Don't call me. Let me go away and relax and get my mind back and kind of come back to my body, because I've been in Dina's body, which is the character, for so long. And while I was there, I couldn't relax. So I said, well, I'm coming back to New York. I'm gonna be down the street from Sony Studios. I might as well just sneak over there and just play. So I called the producers that I was gonna work with the next year, and we set up a little studio time, and we were all in the zone. So we did 3 songs a day, and I didn't want to go home, and every morning I was like, oh God, I want to get back in the studio. I just wanted to be in the studio. It felt so good, and I did the record in a little over 2 weeks.
I can't believe it. It must have been almost like pent up inside you then. Was it just like whoa?
Exactly. It was so many things built up. And the crazy thing is the record is really aggressive, and I'm very happy. I'm very content in my life. But Dina felt like she was trapped, and she was married, and she was in this relationship for so long. And it was all the things I wanted to say while I was doing the movie, all the things I wanted the character to say. So I'm speaking for every woman that's kind of been in a relationship for a long time, and it's supposed to empower women to have the extra boost to say all the things that they feel in their hearts. So it's really a strong album, and it really makes women feel like they're powerful, and it kind of makes you want to get your power back.
I'd be interested in the conversation you had with Jay-Z when you first listened to it. You must have been like, am I doing something wrong? Are you trying to tell me something?
No, he loved the record. He knows, even with Destiny's Child, Writings on the Wall, Destiny's Child, Kelly, Michelle, and I, we were the women that kind of stood up for women, and the same thing, Independent Woman and Survivor and all those records. I feel like it's really sexy and beautiful to see a strong woman, and that's kind of what this is about. But it's not an autobiography. It's not about me. I know.
I'm doing something. Scared to upset my woman there for a minute. Good. I'm glad things are going well. And you're releasing it on your birthday.
I am.
I can't believe you're going to be 25.
I know. Time goes by.
How are you going to celebrate? Well, other than releasing an album, which is pretty good.
It is. The best birthday gift is for my album to be received really well. And I think I'm just going to have like an intimate dinner with my friends, and hopefully some good food. I'm going to have a party after an award show in New York on the 31st. But it's going to be like a big party with a lot of people, so I won't be able to relax. So I'll do it on my actual birthday, just at home, private, intimate dinner.
How do you relax? Because, we've just talked about your schedule, and you know you are kind of a workaholic. We'll put that one on
A bit,
record.
a little bit.
But you know, I mean, how do you take time out?
I make sure I have my vacations. I make sure, even though I didn't this time, but I try to have at least a couple weeks a year, twice a year, summer and winter. And I'm taking October off, the whole month, and I make sure every couple weeks I see my nephew, I see my friends, I have certain weekends off, and I'm just really in control of my schedule, which it took me a while to learn to say no, which is something that a lot of people have a hard time saying, because I like to take care of everyone and I like everyone to be happy. So it's difficult, but I've learned that I have to be a little bit selfish and take care of myself, because I have time. I want to be here at least another, for singing at least another 15 years,
You look amazing in the video.
Thank you.
I love all the changes in the outfits
Thank
and
you.
everything. And you have your own dance style that, everybody kind of emulates now. I mean, is dancing something that's really important to you? And is that a way you keep fit and, you're really looking good?
Thank you. I love to dance. I love to dance on stage and in videos. I think people will be surprised to see me dance in real life. I'm really a lot more reserved and kind of shy. I kind of do the two-step that I saw my parents do. I can't bust into choreography in an intimate setting, but I'm a singer, and I do dance, but I love to sing way more than dance.
And looking at all the different styles that you've got in the video, which style would you? I mean, are you do you follow fashion? You've got your own line, and how would you describe your style?
I think my style is eclectic. I like so many different things. It depends on what the treatment is or where I'm going. I love, everything from tailored suits to just crisp white shirts to jeans to beautiful gowns to really, sexy shorts and all different types of things. I love fashion, and I love being able to do photo shoots and videos and play dress up and, go home in my jeans and, do different styles. I love House of Darion because, for one, it's a collaboration with my mother, and it celebrates 3 generations. It's my grandmother, my mother, and myself. And my mother's my stylist. She pulls all the clothes with Ty Hunter, my other stylist. And it's great working with her. For one, she's my best friend, and I admire her. And if I could be like anyone, it would be her, because she's just such a strong, smart, beautiful woman. And it's great to have an excuse to see her every couple weeks. I know that I can just say, Mama, you got to come here. You have to come to London because we have to talk about sketches when I'm just lonely and I want to see her. So that's good.
You're very family orientated, and last time we caught up with Jay, he said, I'm looking forward to settling down, having some kids. Where does that sit on your agenda?
I'm young. I'm 24. I'll be 25 when this album comes out. But I have time, and who knows? That happens whenever it happens. It happens. It could happen in a year. It could happen in 5 years. But I'm in no rush, and I do think family is really, really important. I grew up with both of my parents and with my sister and my cousin and with Kelly and all the girls, and it was always a lot of love in my house. So I want the same thing.
And how do you find time to keep on top of what else is going on in the music world, and what's on your kind of iPod or your MP3?
Believe it or not, I don't have an iPod. I've never even really I've had many, but I've never used them. I do like Gnarls Barkley, and that's probably the most recent person I've been listening to.
And film, is that on the back burner for a while? Have you got kind of music head back on?
My music head is back on. Thank God for the album. I was able to kind of get myself back. But, the movie comes out in January here. So I'll be back promoting the movie pretty soon. And it's really interesting how the movies inspire the music and the music inspires the movie. Whenever I do an album and I do all the touring, and then I'm like, okay, after a year of it, I want to do something else. And I love the stability of the movies, and I just love doing something that I'm still learning. I'm new at. It's almost like starting over, which is really exciting. And then when I do that, the movie, I'm like, okay, I got to get back in the studio. I want to go perform every night. So it keeps my life interesting, and that's my goal, to keep growing and keep learning and becoming more of an artist. And I'm happy I've been given the opportunities to do both.
Last time we caught up, you said your goals was to have the Oscar, the Emmy, the Tony, and the Grammy. Is that still there? Is that still important?
It's a goal to have a Tony and an Oscar and a Grammy, but I have a long way to go, and I have a lot of time for that. I don't plan on doing Broadway until I'm older with kids, and I feel like that would be a great job for me when I'm married and I want to tuck my kids in to bed and drop them off at school and go do my show for 2 hours and go back home every day. I feel like that's really stable, but I have time for that. So hopefully one day I'll win a Tony, but that's a long time from now. And then Oscar, I feel like I've only really acted one time. So Dreamgirls was the first time I've acted, though I've done movies, but I just had fun on the other movies. This time I really studied. So I have a long way to go. So one day.
How do you keep on top of your home and things like that as well? Because, I mean, you've now moved to New York. Are you kind of, when you have your time, are you a sex and the city girl? Do you like to do your, and do your home out, or is it kind of finding the time?
Before I did Dreamgirls, I went to antique shops, and that I loved it. I loved discovering beautiful pieces of furniture and making sure my house was exactly how I liked it, because it was my first home. And I would go to my restaurants and do the New York thing, but I'm still really private, and I kind of just go to restaurants and go home, go to restaurants, go home. And now, I don't have a lot of time home because I'm promoting the record, but when I do get there, I try to relax, and I have a pretty simple life.
Excellent. Do you do iDance or?
Sure.
Hi, I'm Beyonce, and you're watching Entertainment Now.
Okay. Thank you. Hello, I'm Beyonce, and you're watching Entertainment Now.
You almost sound British there.
I just repeated you.
Thank you very much.